Hi guys, I'm Johnny Good for Real Home Studio, looking at ways to optimize the audio for your YouTube, and today I'm looking at 5 different microphone choices. Just before we take a look at these mics today, I want to remind you to like this video and subscribe up to Real Home Studio, and if you've got something to say, be sure to drop it in the comments box below. So as I travel down my YouTube journey, and as my passion is in audio, I've been trying out lots of different microphones, lots of different configurations, and lots of different ways that I can improve my workflow whilst maintaining a really good standard of audio. Now, when people first get started making videos for YouTube, they're probably going to be using the inbuilt microphone on your camera. Now, this is a great way to get started and check that YouTube is for you with no extra expense. On the downside, of course, your microphone is situated quite a long way from your signal source, which is going to pick up an awful lot of room sound. Also, when it comes to editing and you start to raise the gain of your signal, you'll start to discover that your signal to noise floor ratio is not too healthy, leaving you with plenty of this. So the first microphone you might want to consider is a lavalier, lav or lapel mic. Now the great thing about lav mics are that they stay permanently in the same position on the source. So for example, my lav mic's just here situated on my t-shirt, and if I want to move it around, my voice is always going to stay the same distance from the microphone, giving a very nice smooth broadcast. Connecting your lav mic to your camera should be pretty straightforward, be it XLR or probably more likely if you're getting started at a 3.5mm input. Now if your camera does have that 3.5mm input for a microphone, then chances are it will provide enough power for your lav mic. Now, whilst it's great to have the mic permanently attached to your clothing so it's always the same distance from the source, that's also a bit of its downside in that it's positioned below the source and below the chin and can generate somewhat of a boxy sound. Now, if you require more distance from your camera than a wired lav mic can offer you, you might want to invest in a wireless lav mic system, and that's going to allow you to free roam any distance from the camera whilst maintaining a steady level of audio. The only downside of this is with a wireless system, you can be prone to audio dropouts, which can lead to quite unprofessional results. But if you're going to film and record just in the one place, and you might be looking at doing some podcasting and some YouTubing, and you're looking for that rich radio voice, then you might want to look at a dynamic mic. Now, dynamic mics are great because they're relatively inexpensive and they're very easy to use as they don't require any external power supply. Capturing the rich nuances of the human voice makes them very popular choices amongst radio broadcasters and podcasters alike. They do, however, require quite a lot of gain, and they need to be pretty close to the signal source. So if you want your microphone boomed out of shot of your video, then a dynamic microphone might not be the right mic for you. If you do decide to go down the route of a dynamic mic, be sure to pick yourself up a windshield to take care of the plosives. Another microphone which you may have already been looking at is an electret condenser, and probably in the form of a camera-mounted shotgun microphone or part of a tripod microphone phone kit. Now, electret condensers are a really good choice if you're looking for a really accurate reproduction and run typically on 1 or 2 AA batteries to power them internally. Camera-mounted electret condensers, though, can be prone to the same problems as using the internal camera microphone itself, in that it can typically be just a bit too far from the source and capture too much of the room sound. Using a mic stand and taking care that the microphone is boomed just out of shot, you can get some excellent results with an electret condenser. For this example of demonstrating an electret condenser, I'm using a Sony ECM born in the late 1970s, much like myself. Now, you can get hold of these Sony ECMs for next to nothing on eBay, and I mean, I paid about £7 or £8 for this microphone, and they are capable of producing some very impressive broadcast quality recordings. And finally, you might want to take a look at large diaphragm condensers. Now, LDCs are capable of recreating very accurate recordings, and they're a great mic to choose if you want your microphone boomed out of shot, just like I have right now. Large diaphragm condensers, however, do require 48 volts of phantom power, and for this, you will require a separate piece of outboard, be it a mixer or a voice processor. Large diaphragm condensers vary a lot in terms of style and price, from very inexpensive to very expensive indeed, so be sure to do your homework and trawl through lots of blogs and reviews, looking out for a microphone which is recommended for the spoken word, much like my ADK A6. I do hope you found today's video useful. The one thing I really want you to take away from this video is never ever let what gear you have or what you haven't got hold you back. Get creating, get filming, and allow yourself to grow naturally. My name is Johnny Good for Real Home Studio. If you did enjoy today's video, please do like, subscribe, and make sure you have yourself a great day.